Arsenal and Manchester City won their games at Wednesday night. Arsenal won 2-0 against Luton Town, while Manchester City won 4-1 against Aston Villa. Starting with the Manchester City game, City won 4-1 thanks to Phil Foden Hattrick. Phil Foden scored his second hat-trick of the season, and it is his third hat-trick in his football career. And Phil Foden's hat-trick against Aston Villa meant that he is now into 21 goals in all competitions for Manchester City. He is been phenomenal. Remember, manager Pep Guardiola started Phil Foden with Julian Alvarez. That means Kevin De Bruyne, John Stones, Erling Haaland were all the bench. They didn't play a part in this game. Guardiola trusted Phil Foden, the likes of Alvarez, Jack Grealish, Jeremy Doku, and Rodri to deliver, and they delivered. In the first half, it was 1-1 with Rodri scoring, but later on, Aston Villa equalized to Duran. But in the second half, the first half was 2-1, rather. The Phil Foden's free kick in the last minutes of the first half, and City went on as 2-1 winners at the first half. Second half, it was Phil Foden's show. Phil Foden's show has he scored 2 goals to make it a hat-trick for himself and make it 4 goals for Manchester City, who are now sitting at third. They're third with 67 points. Remember, they have the same points with Liverpool, who are playing later today. Arsenal have 68 points, if I'm not wrong. City 4-1 win against Aston Villa. It is a good result for them because the first leg they lost 1-0 to Aston Villa at the Villa Park. Manchester City dominated the game from the first minute to the last minute. They had 69% of possession and they had 11 shots on target. Again, the game against Arsenal, they had 72% of possession and they only had 1 shot on target. So it was a big step for Guardiola's men as they capitalized on their ball position and had 11 shots on target, scoring 4 of those 11 shots on target. Remember, Phil Foden scored a hat-trick, and it was a nice hat-trick. Scored 3 goals. One scored, I think it was his first free kick of his career. He scored a brilliant free kick to give City back the lead and late in this first half, and scored 2 brilliant goals in the second half to make sure that Guardiola's men are still in title race. As I said earlier, they have 67 points now. They sit third to goal difference to Liverpool, who have the same point, 7, but they're playing today later on against Sheffield United at home. So it was a good result for Guardiola, and it was a big relief for Manchester City's fans and players and everybody around City, because they needed a big result against a top 4 team, or the top 5 team currently, because it is their first win against a top 5 teams this season. They've not won against Arsenal, Liverpool, Spurs, and now it was their first win against Aston Villa because they lost the first leg 1-0. So they coming into this game, they were coming in with the confidence that we are going to win, and yes, they won 4-1 thanks to Phil Foden's hat-trick and Rodri's goal early in the first half. Arsenal also eased past Luton Town 2-0. Goals from Martin Odegaard and Ashoka's own goal made sure that Arsenal's return to winning ways. Their last match was against City, where they drew 0-0, but this time around at Emirates Stadium, they proved that they're indeed in the title race and they are aiming for the title, as they they played a very nice game. I watched the game. It was very nice gameplay between men. Remember, Arsenal, or rather Mikel Arteta, made 5 changes. The starting 11 against Luton, in comparison with the one that he made against Manchester City, with Zinchenko started ahead of Kuyor, and also Thomas Partey started ahead of Declan Rice. Also, Reece Nelson started ahead of Bukayo Saka, who is injured, and also Kai Havertz came in as a striker, replaced Gabriel Jesus, and also Leandro Trossard started ahead of Martinelli, who is still out injured. So Arteta made 5 changes, and also we saw that Emil Smith-Rowe started ahead of Jorginho. So Arteta made 5 changes, and it was a good game plan, because it's still a long way to go. They need to play Champions League. They're also fighting for the title. So facing Luton Town, who are fighting relegation, it's good for you if you rotate your team. So Arteta rotated his team and made 5 changes, and it was not a different Arsenal. Still the same Arsenal, as they won 2-0 thanks to Martin Odegaard and Hashoka's own goal. Emil Smith-Rowe made his first start of the season, I think. He's not second, and he was named man of the match. Smith-Rowe, who has been considered to be moving out of Arsenal, was being linked with several clubs last season, but Arsenal hold him tight and didn't want to lose him. So against Luton Town, he was started, and it shows why Arsenal and Mikel Arteta doesn't want to sell him. He is an asset, and he is a good player, a good team player, and a backup to it can play as a backup to Odegaard, or even as Jorginho it was against Luton Town. So it gives Arteta a selection headache, and it's a good competition in the Arsenal team. So Arsenal were now first again in the league. They are first with 68 points, 1 point ahead of Manchester City and Liverpool. But Liverpool have played 1 game less, as they are playing today against Sheffield United. So next game, Arsenal will be playing Brighton away, while Manchester City, I think, will be playing Crystal Palace, and Liverpool will be welcoming, or rather will be on the road against Manchester United at Old Trafford. So 3 points for the Arsenal, 2 goals, and yet another clean sheet for Arsenal, and that is a big shout out to William Saliba and Gabriel, together with David Raya in goal. They have been phenomenal this season, and I think they're keeping a clean sheet at the Etihad, and also keeping a clean sheet at home. Remember that they're the first team not to allow City to score at home for, I think, 57 games. So that shows you how good that defensive partnership for Arsenal is at the moment. With Banuni coming in on Tuesday, it is going to be a good game for the Arsenal, and I think Arsenal might come out as winners as well.